गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। आज वापस हम आपके साथ हैं with talk on a very relevant topic, which is using LinkedIn, which all of us know by common knowledge now that is one of the largest professional network available to everyone through the internet, and as to how the power of LinkedIn can be used to leverage your your journey of transition and make it easier and smoother. We have been joined today by Commander Ram Gurung. Commander Gurung is an ex-submariner, ex-NDA, and then sir also did his MBA from the FMS Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi University, as well as he completed a Six Sigma certification from the Indian Statistical Institute. After the Navy, he served with Grant Thornton, which is another prestigious a consulting company in the defense and aerospace industry, and now he has been coaching officers specifically from their transition from the uniform to the corporate world, and that's the vocation he pursues now, and he has taken a mission onto himself to assist 10,000 officers from their transition from uniform to the corporate world. And he also is an expert in developing a LinkedIn persona, leveraging LinkedIn, how as to how LinkedIn can be used for pursuing your professional goals. So that this is a topic on which he has very in-depth knowledge, and in the past also he has helped quite a number of officers in leveraging LinkedIn. So we have invited him again today for this particular topic. So welcome to the talk today, sir.
Thank you, Vipul, for that warm introduction and inviting me again to this value network.
So sir, मैं आपसे ना my opening question would be कि फौज में जब रहते हुए फौज is any kind of a uniform services है, we don't really need an external network. The organization itself has sufficient networks and networking opportunities. और काम भी है, मतलब you are in an obligatory situation. So why, in your opinion, is LinkedIn important for a transitioning veteran?
Okay, so that's a good question. So let's start this way because I consider कि शायद अभी हमारे audience में there are people who are actually maybe making a transition. Right now, some may be actually planning for that. Some of you may actually already be there in the corporate, right, doing a job. Some of you may actually be in the entrepreneurial journey. So, taking that into cognizance, so we'll address this question. And even the further questions and answers will generally be related to this, taki it actually answers everybody's concern. So I think that is my thought process. So as you, rightly mentioned, LinkedIn, biggest professional network. In fact, 2023, they were saying 1 billion touch hoga members in 2025. But the good news is already it has touched 1 billion. The world ka population 8 billion hai, so 1 billion people are already there on LinkedIn. It means 1 in every 8 person is there on LinkedIn, right? So it's about 21 years old, acquired by Microsoft in 2016. And apart from 1 billion member, there are 61 million companies, right? And 4 out of 5 people drive business decisions. And 14 million jobs open on an average, and there are a lot of courses to learn. So when you ask me, why it is important for transitioning veteran, let me answer it like this. Who should not be there on LinkedIn, right? Or LinkedIn is not for whom? So LinkedIn is not for those people who don't want visibility to their clients, customer, or employer. LinkedIn is not for them who are not looking for, connecting to employers or any new opportunities. LinkedIn is not for those who do not want to network and grow their acquaintances. LinkedIn is not for them who are not, looking into, let's say, improving their industry knowledge or news and LinkedIn is also not for them who are not looking or thinking about upskilling their talents or their skills. अगर ये सब में if somebody is there, right, that means LinkedIn is important. In fact, मैंने LinkedIn खोला था 2015-16 में, right, and after that I got a job and I did not touch LinkedIn for about almost 5 to 6 years. And only in last 2 years, actually, I am active on LinkedIn, back again, because I realize its potential and it is helping me to reach out to all the concerned people, right? So, in fact, someone was telling me कि आजकल अगर कोई LinkedIn में नहीं होता है, right? So it's basically like कि किसी के पास मोबाइल फोन है लेकिन he is only using it to make a call or send SMS and he doesn't have a WhatsApp. Right, so you can actually correlate this and say कि किसके लिए required है और किसके लिए नहीं है, and all those people who believe कि network is net worth, LinkedIn is definitely for you. Yeah, we put back to you.
When you say that LinkedIn has that kind of immense reach, it has the capability to help someone create a strong network. What would be some of the few suggested initial steps which a transitioning officer should undertake when we start getting on LinkedIn, starting to set up the profile, etc.?
Okay, see, LinkedIn, like any other tool or a resource, has to be used judiciously. Right? Otherwise, क्या होगा, हमारे पास tools हैं, resources हैं, but if we actually do not know how to use these, then any number of resources will never be sufficient. Right? And a tool is as good as its user. Right? Tool सबके लिए equally available है. LinkedIn, even the free one, it has got immense features. आपको मतलब शुरू में premium में जाने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. That's what I tell people कि पहले आप explore कीजिए the free version, and when you find yourself being limited by the features that is available, आप मतलब चरम सीमा तक पहुंच गए हो free versions का सब feature use करके, and then you feel कि नहीं मैं थोड़ा limited हो रहा हूँ, because of this free version, that is the time when you should think okay, let me go for the premium one. Okay, so the first thing that anybody needs to do is अपना profile complete कीजिए. Right? When I say profile complete means actually work on the banner, that is the background जो आपके photo के पीछे है. Put a good professional photograph, right? And add the educations, right? Add headlines. I think I'll show you later also once we go on a real time. I'll show you on the active LinkedIn page how do you go about it. Second is detail your experience. जो आपका हमारा फौज का experience है, जो military skills है, put it in the parlance of the corporate lingo, जो उनको समझ आएगा. Basically, see, the first thing is we need to be very, very clear कि हम LinkedIn में क्यों हैं. Are we there looking for a job? Are we there looking for a new client? Are we there looking to collaborate? Right. So depending on your end objective, the kind of thing that you'll write in these, various sections will differ. Right. So अगर मैं job के लिए देख रहा हूँ, right? So I will need to write all those keywords which an employer may be looking for, and that keyword will change depending on the domain that I am looking for. Right, so keeping that into cognizance, because जब हमारा LinkedIn कोई भी देखता है, right, so the first impression actually makes a lot of difference. And आजकल मैं जितने भी रिज्यूमे देखता हूँ सब के ऊपर जो है LinkedIn प्रोफाइल दिया होता है, and the moment I click there and go to the profile, I mean उसमें ज्यादा कुछ होता नहीं है. And I also get a lot of requests, कि सर मेरा LinkedIn review profile review कीजिए, but when I actually open and see it, there's not many things which are there which actually people have put up to review. उसमें कुछ इतना ज्यादा होता नहीं कि मैं उसको review कर पाऊँ. Right? So first thing is complete these section, and second is optimize it. Right? So we'll talk little more in detail कि इसको optimize कैसे करना है in the further questions.
सर आप कह रहे हैं ऑप्टिमाइज कैसे करना है, तो हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या, पढ़े लिखे को फारसी क्या करके दिखा दें थोड़ा सा. वी आर राइट नाउ लाइव. आई एम श्योर यू कैन.
Okay, yeah, so just let me share my screen, right?
हाँ जी सर. So for the audience, we are getting into a actual mode wherein Commander Gurung would be sharing with us as to how one can optimize the LinkedIn profile so that you get better opportunities, are more visible. So He's going to do a live demo here.
Because I cannot, do anything on anybody else profile. So this is what actually I am doing, right? तो मैं अभी अपने प्रोफाइल में कर रहा हूँ. I hope people can see this screen. People can see this screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now the first thing is, going about ये जो पीछे बैनर दिख रहा है आपको, that is जो फोटो के पीछे है, you put something on the banner or the background. And a lot of people ask इसमें रखें क्या, right? So put anything that actually is your message to your target audience. Now, my message actually may not match to your message, right? So this is what I have written, because जो भी मेरे profile में आके पढ़ता है, he or she knows what I do, what is my message for them, right? So it needs to basically, orient towards that. Second is the photograph, right? Photograph, obviously, yes, professional outlook, photograph, face to be seen. I see few people actually putting their, whole, what do you call, the full body photograph. उसमें बहुत ही face छोटा दिखता है, right? And some actually put even the pose वाला photograph. It is preferable because now you're into moving into corporate, right? So put a professional photograph and not in the uniform. And one more thing, some people ask कि सर मेरे पास photograph नहीं होते हैं, and even if I have, there are either curtain पीछे है या पेड़ है, or there's a wall which is not so good. So how do I go about it? So I'll show you something which actually, can remove that background. Some of you may know, some of you may not. So there's a website called removebg.com, right? So I've opened it here, right? It's very simple, removebg.com. I'll write in the chat also. So just go to upload image, okay? And let's say this is the image that I want to put. If you see here, इसके पीछे पेड़ है, right? So now that tree has gone, right? So and I can download it, right? If there's a SD also available, high definition, so I can use this. So this is very, very simple tool which can actually help you to get a good photograph, even if it has been clicked in a place where the background is not a good one, right? But the photo is good. And the good news is even the mobile photo upload is good enough. आज के डेट में mobile के cameras resolution is so high that even a mobile normal photograph will also work well. The third thing is this is the headline that I was talking about. Now, what should go in the headline, right? Headline basically should talk about 2-3 important things. First is what is your current designation. Second is what are important keywords, right? What are the important keywords that you want to be searched for or discovered for? अगर आप supply chain में जाना चाहते हैं, so what are few of the keywords? जब अगर कोई LinkedIn recruiter अपने प्रोफाइल अपने लैपटॉप में ढूंढ रहा होगा आपको, so what are the important keyword that particular person may be using? For supply chain हो सकता है inventory management, हो सकता है transportation, right? हो सकता है warehouse management, right? So these are the things which actually you will be actually writing there. And अगर security domain में कोई जाना चाहता है, so the keyword that will be associated with that will be different, right? हो सकता है थ्रेट इन्वेस्टिगेशन, हो सकता है सर्विलेंस, हो सकती है रिस्क असेसमेंट, हो सकता है रिस्क मिटिगेशन. सो दीज आर द काइंड ऑफ headline that the keyword that will actually write here. If you see my headline, it is different, right? Because what I do is a little different. So whatever you write here is the one actually that anybody and everybody sees. अगर आप अपना गूगल में भी सर्च करेंगे ना, तो आपको ये प्रोफाइल में आपके नाम के नीचे यही दिखेगा जो आपने यहाँ लिखा हुआ है. अगर आप किसी पे कमेंट करेंगे, अगेन योर नेम and whatever you have written here, it will go. So by looking at it, somebody will know, okay, this person actually is interested in business development, right, in a defense R&D. So by looking at this, people should be able to make out that what is your interest area, right? So that is the importance. Now I want to little highlight a small thing here. LinkedIn algorithm actually works on, there are two aspects. One is keyword density, the second is keyword symmetry, right? Keyword symmetry means आपका जो keyword है वो कितना alignment है towards the domain or your aspiration or end objective. That is the keyword symmetry. Keyword density is how many times that particular keyword has come in your profile. हो सकता है आपके हेडलाइन में भी है, अबाउट सेक्शन में भी है, स्किल्स में भी है, रिकमेंडेशन में भी है, मे बी सर्टिफिकेशन ऑल्सो यू हैव डन ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर स्किल, जैसे सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड है या साइबर सिक्योरिटी है. सो इफ समबडी फॉर एग्जांपल इंटरेस्टेड इन साइबर सिक्योरिटी, तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी उसके यहाँ भी नजर आएगा, अबाउट में भी नजर आएगा, स्किल्स में भी नजर आएगा, एंड इवन कोर्सेज that particular person has done in cyber security वहां भी नजर आएगा. So the keyword density actually increases. So when somebody looks out for cyber security, keyword density अगर ज्यादा है तो LinkedIn algorithm actually pushes your profile. It's like a basically Google search, right? तो आपका प्रोफाइल ज्यादा स्ट्रांग हो जाता है. So that was the second thing. Now one more thing, because we are talking about the transitioning veteran. So in case you are really looking for a job, ready to join kind of a hand, so you can actually use open to work ribbon. Okay, you can say that actually you get from here open, right? If I say finding a new job, I go open to work. So what happens is, in case somebody is looking for a person who wants to join, right? So, and they can give a filter also, that I want to look out only for the people who are open to work. So अगर आप open to work ribbon में नहीं दिया आपने, so basically even if you want to join, so your profile will be filtered out even before being considered. Right? That is important. Now the fourth thing is about section. Right? Fourth is about section. Okay, this is the about section, or is also called as a summary. Now, if you see here, what all things can go, because I see few people writing only 2 to 3 lines on hardworking, diligent, problem-solving skills, analytical skills. Those are pass, right? Oh, actually, it doesn't make much difference to somebody who reads it. What actually needs to follow is, some storyline of who you are, what you do, what's your passion, what's your biggest achievement, some 1 or 2 achievement, what's your highest, let's say, education. Okay, and what is it that you're looking for? Just bolte call to action, right? If you're looking to collaborate with someone, then you should write, okay, I'm looking to collaborate with someone into a particular field, right? If you look at my about section, right, by looking at this, by reading this, actually people know what I do. And same thing actually goes for you. अगर आप जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं तो आपका ये प्रोफाइल पढ़ने से आपको किसी को समझ आना चाहिए कि आपका एक्सपर्टीज क्या है, आपका स्किल्स क्या है, आपके एजुकेशन क्या है, राइट, एंड कौन सा डोमेन में आपका इंटरेस्ट है, राइट. एंड इफ समबडी has liked your profile, then what that particular person should do, right? Then you can give your either email wherever you want to get contacted, या email दे सकते हैं या WhatsApp दे सकते हैं, जो भी है, right? If you see mine, so though the template may be similar, right, you can use the similar kind of a template, but the actual word or the text that you write here will be different. Okay, that will be different. And one more important aspect is recommendations, right? Recommendation is basically third party validation, somebody vouching for your credentials. Yes, I have worked with this particular person and I know he or she has got these skills, and this he'll be asset to any organization he or she joins, right? So in short, this will be the way that you can actually optimize. And basically optimizing the profile does not mean that you have to do a lot of things, right? Optimizing means you have to do the right thing. It may be lesser, but right thing.
And that is pretty cool. I also learned a few things, though I'm not looking for a job, but there definitely is scope of improvement in my LinkedIn profile. So I will start working on it. In fact, I've made a note of that. Now, going ahead, I would still want to understand, for you, what are the key elements of making the LinkedIn profile and headline and summary compelling enough that people want to approach?
Okay. So in addition to what I said, first thing is, let's understand again, एक बार कि headline क्यों important है. Headline, it gets flashed or it is actually shown to the people whenever you send a connection request. तो मान लीजिए मेरे पास किसी का connection request आता है, so whatever the person writes, if he writes, he's a student or she's a student or a business person or an entrepreneur, right, or a Fauji or in BSF or police, so whatever he writes there, actually I can make out, it will be visible to me. So first thing is, वो जितना आप clear ho, clarity ho, it'll be better, because connection request means that is the thing actually it first shows, and then only if somebody clicks it, then they go to your profile. Otherwise, it'll only show your headline, who you are and what you do. Right. Second thing is, as I said, it needs to have some keywords that for which you want to be discovered. Let me put it that way. So you're basically helping others to help you. अगर आप discoverable होना चाहते हो for someone who is actually providing some let's say services, okay, or you want to join in operation in the capacity of operation manager, right? Then operation manager आपके headline में मुझे दिखना चाहिए. Right? So that is basically this. Third thing is any industry accredited or relevant certifications. आपने PMP किया है, CISM किया है, CSSP किया है, facility management professional किया है, right? So that, because that also again catches the eye. So that also needs to be there, because again अगर मैंने as a recruiter I have given a filter that PMP is a mandatory or CISSP is a mandatory, right? And if it is not highlighted there, then your profile actually will not show up also. So अगर आपके पास वो है तो वहां दिखना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए, because that adds value and adds weightage to the ranking that is given by the LinkedIn. Now coming to the second part, उसको summary भी बोलते हैं और about section भी बोलते हैं. So तीन चार चीजें important है. Number one is how many years of experience you have, right? Because a lot of places I see people don't write they write a kernel or something, but corporate वाले को शायद समझ नहीं आएगा कि कितना number of years. So quick thing is number of years of experience, your core expertise or core domain, right? The few important courses or certification relevant to your industry or wherever you want to go, right? And some achievement, some honors and awards. एक एक जो highest है, right? बाकी detail में तो नीचे है ही है, right? But the thing is, why do we write on the top is we are basically trying to captivate someone interest. हम किसी को जो है we are changing their perspective with respect to our profile कि yes, this particular profile looks strong. So let me delve deep. अब मुझे let me look into his experience section also, whether सिर्फ about section में ही लिखा हुआ है या experience में भी कुछ दम है, something like that, right? So and third thing is, what is your aspirations? आप किस साइड में जाना चाहते हो? अगर मैं आपका प्रोफाइल पढ़ूं तो मुझे समझ आना चाहिए कि why is this particular person on LinkedIn? Is he looking for clients? Is he looking for new projects? Is he looking for expanding his business? Or is he looking for some good employer in this particular domain? Right? He wants to go into supply chain, or he wants to go into business development role for a defense company. वो आप किसमें आना चाहिए? Fourth thing is when you will be available. In case you say कि okay, I'm actively looking, then you can actually give in next 6 months, so that जो अगर कोई पढ़ रहा है आपका प्रोफाइल अच्छा लगा तो he can actually keep you as a waitlisted or make a note of it. Okay, this person will be available after 6 months because by profile he looks quite strong. So we'll be in connect, right? So ये हो गया. And last is call to action. कि if you like my profile, you can connect with me here. तो आप अपना website दे सकते हैं अगर website है, या और if you write a blog, you can redirect to your blog. Newsletter है, newsletter, phone number है, WhatsApp है, whatever, right? Because if somebody actually likes to connect with you, then we should make that process simpler for that particular person. ऐसा नहीं कि वो ढूंढता फिरे भैया नंबर कहाँ पर है इसका, right? और email किधर है. So write it there. Okay. No, then the last one is keep updating. Like if you see my headline, this headline was not there about not even 6 months back. 6 months back it was a different, right? तो आप उसको update करते रहिए depending on at what stage of the transition you are and what clarity you get, right? The bottom line is, a lot of people ask me कि इसमें हम सब कुछ लिख दें क्या? Now there are two way of looking at it. एक हो सकता है कि आप उसको सब कुछ लिख दो और generic बना दो, right? The second is it serves the purpose why you are there on a LinkedIn. If you're on a LinkedIn to look for a job in one particular domain, so write it such that when somebody reads it, that tilt is there towards that particular domain. ऐसे नहीं कि आप सप्लाई चेन में ढूंढ रहे हो लेकिन आपके जो प्रोफाइल है वो पढ़ के मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये तो सिक्योरिटी के लिए ठीक है, राइट? देन आई विल नॉट एक्चुअली बॉदर with your profile. I may not even connect with you. Yeah, even if you send me connection request, I may not accept. बोला यार ये तो because I am a supply chain company, but this person actually looks aligned to a security, so कोई जरूरत नहीं है मेरे को इसकी connection की, right? So those are the important points that actually I will say on this topic.
तो सर ये तो हो गया अपना प्रोफाइल एस्टेब्लिश किया, सेटअप किया, उसको रिवर्क किया, कंटिन्यूअसली काम किया. नाउ टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. हाउ डू आई बिल्ड माय नेटवर्क सो दैट more people know me, I know more people, and there are some mutual situations where either I can reach out to people or people can connect to me. So how do I grow my network on LinkedIn?
So first and foremost is, I also do get a lot of connection requests, right? So first and foremost is personalize your connection requests. Whenever you're sending it, show that you have actually read that particular person's profile. I mean, मगर इसको bluntly ऐसे बोलो, right? So if somebody is asking for a connection, A is, let's say, asking a connection for B. So in majority of the cases, it's actually A's requirement, right? So if अगर वो B सोचेगा बोलेगा, I mean, what does he know about me, right? Has he spent some time knowing about me and then sending a connection request, और ये ऐसे दिन में 25 लोगों को भेज देता है and saying कि चलो कोई ना कोई तो request accept हो जाएगा, right? So please, read through somebody's profile, find some common point. Is it through some, reference, through some third person whom you actually know? Okay, you say, okay, I'm sending you a connection request because I know Mr. Anand, or Lieutenant Commander Anand, and he happens to be my best friend, my school mate, and he suggested. So when you say this, then the other person actually, takes it in different sense, rather than saying a blind or a cold call or a cold email or a cold connection request, right? Because everybody wants to be, appreciated, for that matter, right? So spend some time on somebody's profile, see what is common, maybe some common interest is there, right? And then send the connection request. So that is the number one. Personalized. Don't send the default connection request. LinkedIn connection request default क्या है? Hey, I want you to be in my network. I mean, दूसरे को क्या पड़ी है? Right? It is our requirement. So definitely we need to invest a little more time on knowing about somebody, and then, talking about that, right? And then saying, okay, I want to be in touch with you, or I want to connect, we connect. First thing. Second is, like a lot of time it happens with me, connection request के साथ ही resume भी आ जाता है, right? And do the needful. एक line भी आ जाता है उसके नीचे, do the needful, right? So some, ठीक है, फौजी है, everybody are there to help each other. But the thing is, it actually doesn't give a good impression on the other person, he doesn't know what I do, right? He doesn't know me. So first have that formal, informal or formal conversation kind of a thing, some messages, exchange of messages. And then obviously, because, I'll say, LinkedIn में जो हम professional networking करते हैं, it's like any personal networking, personal friendship. You have to first know, you have to, then like, then trust, and then support comes. हम एक्चुअली उल्टा करते हैं, पहले हमको सपोर्ट चाहिए, राइट? फिर हम ट्रस्ट करेंगे, फिर देन लाइक, देन नो. सो इट विल नॉट वर्क दैट वे. सो फर्स्ट थिंग, personalized message whenever you send a connection request. Second is, there are so many groups, professional groups. You name a group in any domain, right? Healthcare industry, there'll be so many national and international groups. Supply chain professionals, project managers, right? Administration, security, what else? Facility management. You name a domain and an industry and a skills or expertise, you will have so many groups. Join that group, because that particular group, for example, अगर supply chain का एक group है, right? So there, if that particular group has got 3 lakh members, right, they all will basically be interested, or they are already part of this group. So when we are there, and you will see, it's a basically gold mine of the people who are there from your industry or your domain. So you'll find good people to connect with there. The third thing is, engage regularly. When I say engage regularly, means basically आप या तो खुद पोस्ट कीजिए, अगर खुद नहीं पोस्ट करते हैं तो start commenting on others' posts. In fact, for almost about last one year initially, I never used to post anything. I only used to comment because मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि मैं post करूँ तो क्या करूँगा. So, but once I started commenting, then slowly I developed the knack of writing also, right? So when I say engage with others, post, congratulate people on their achievement, wish them happy birthday. See, so ये सब basically जैसे हम लोग what do you call in the personal capacity also we do the same thing, right? So ये professional capacity में also all these things will actually work, right? Will actually work. If you like some particular let's say post or article that is written by somebody, you share in a network, because when you share in a network, that particular person is notified that your post or your article has been shared by this particular person in there, right? So the other person will actually appreciate. He'll say, "Oh, good, you know, he's actually helping me to reach a wider audience." So he'll keep you in mind. So ऐसे अगर आप 2-3 बार करोगे और उसके बाद फिर connection request भेजोगे, so 99 क्या 100% your connection request will be accepted, right? And you will form a good bond. So that will be basically a starting point. Right? And third thing will be follow up. I see a lot of people, they send connection requests. बोलते हैं सर मैं तो connection request इतना भेजता हूँ दिन में 20-25, but there's no acceptance. Even फौजी लोग भी accept नहीं करते हैं, पता नहीं क्या. So I say first thing, because when people go outside, obviously they'll be busy for initial few years. So they are busy so much in their work कि अभी उनके पास लिंक्डइन में वापस आके देखने का टाइम नहीं होगा कि किस किसने भेजा है. एंड सेकंड थिंग इज ठीक है, एक बार उसने रिक्वेस्ट नहीं देखा है, सो व्हाट्स रॉन्ग इन फॉलोइंग अप, राइट? आप फिर से मैसेज भेज सकते हो कि आई हैड सेंट यू सो एंड सो, सो फॉलो अप बिकॉज आपका रिक्वायरमेंट है, राइट? सो डोंट शाई अवे फ्रॉम फॉलोइंग इट अप, बिकॉज वंस यू फॉलो इट अप, दैट्स व्हेन पीपल से कि अच्छा यार ही हैज बीन फॉलोइंग अप सो फॉर सो मेनी टाइम्स, दैट मींस जेन्युइन बंदा है, राइट? ड्रिवन है, कमिटेड है. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार वो 50 लोगों को भेज देता है उसके बाद मैसेज ही नहीं देखता है वो, बोले ये तो सबको ही करता होगा, right? So being little sincere about it, right? And thinking from others point of view also, that okay, that person may be busy, so let me give a follow up message. तो अगर कोई ऐसे ये 3-4 चीजें करेगा, then it will slowly happen. Network will slowly increase. Yeah, Vipul.
Okay, a follow-up wala new thing which I picked up, because you're right, it kind of establishes that the individual is not sending random messages or है मतलब समझा. बट नाउ इसके अलावा सर आप अगर एक जॉब सर्च टूल्स का भी थोड़ा सा बता पाएं, और अगेन उसी तरह से इफ यू कैन गिव अस अ लाइव डेमो जैसे आप पहले दिखा रहे थे, आर देयर एनी पर्टिकुलर जॉब सर्च टूल्स व्हिच आई कैन यूज टू लेवरेज द नेटवर्क आई हैव क्रिएटेड?
Okay. In fact, I was speaking to
मैंने
someone.
इसलिए बोला क्योंकि आपने वो डू द नीडफुल बोला था, तो मैंने कहा आज एक बार थोड़ा डू द नीडफुल.
In fact, people keep reaching out to me and says, "Sir, मैंने जो है, my daily task is to apply for at least 3 to 4 jobs, and I've been doing that. So weekly मेरा 10-15 जॉब डाल देता हूँ, 2 महीने हो गए, right? But there was not even a single inquiry from the other side. तो मैं उससे पूछा हाउ डू यू डू इट, बोलता सर वो जो लिंक्डइन खोलता हूँ, व्हाटएवर जॉब कम्स आई जस्ट अप्लाई, बिकॉज वो मैं देखता हूँ कि मेरे लिए वो होगा, एंड इवन इफ इट इज नॉट देयर, सो आई मीन नथिंग गोज फ्रॉम माय पॉकेट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. सो आया तो ठीक है, नहीं भी आया तो आई एम नॉट लूजिंग एनीथिंग, राइट? सो इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट लेट्स फोकस अ लिटिल मोर ऑन दिस एंड put a targeted approach. So again let me just share. Okay, so everybody knows, right? यहाँ पर आपको this is the jobs. Okay, I think share नहीं हुआ शायद.
नहीं अभी नहीं दिखा रहा.
Yeah. हुआ, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody must be familiar with this. There's a jobs ka button here. Okay, so just okay. The moment you press this, you will see actually some of the jobs which will automatically come over here, right? तो ये जो है कुछ जॉब्स यहाँ पर आएंगे. इफ आई डू शो ऑल, सो दीज आर द काइंड ऑफ जॉब. फॉर एग्जांपल इसे सीनियर प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर HSC एंड सेफ्टी, right? यहाँ पर senior delivery manager Adobe, right? LTI, Ericsson. So you can see all this, right? So the best thing to do about this is, आप अगर ऐसे ढूंढोगे तो फिर तो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So first thing you do is, what is it that you want? For example, let's say I'm just giving example. Okay, I am looking for a compliance manager. Okay, or logistics, चलो logistics ले लेते हैं, right? और logistics operations. तो मैं जैसे इसको लॉजिस्टिक ऑपरेशन करता हूँ एंड इंडिया देता हूँ, ऑल दी जॉब्स विल अपीयर, राइट? आई डोंट नो कितना जॉब्स है यहाँ पर. ओके, सो लॉजिस्टिक्स ऑपरेशंस, ओके, राइट? सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स विल एक्चुअली अपीयर. एज ऑफ नाउ 20. ओके, ये क्योंकि मैंने डायरेक्टर लेवल दिया था. सो आफ्टर दैट व्हाट यू डू इज जस्ट गो टू ऑल फिल्टर्स एंड past 1 week I think is the best one, right? अगर any करेंगे तो 6 महीने में पुराना भी दे देगा, right? And then select what level do you want. Let's say मैं mid senior कर देता हूँ, right? And what are the companies that you want to work? So you are not looking for, let's say, teleperformance, if right step, ये नहीं मुझे नहीं चाहिए, right? Let's say Genpact, for example, right? And you can search also, you can add a company yourself as well, right? And let's say just one more company, Siemens. Okay, Siemens नहीं देता हूँ, zero आ गया. Genpact भी zero है, okay. So okay, and then here remote hybrid. So मैंने suppose hybrid दिया है, right? And then location, let's say Hyderabad, okay, 24 results. And then industry, right? कौन सी industry में है? मतलब आपका IT services consulting industry है, business consulting है, facility services है, right? You select that. You can select multiple also. But अगर मैं यहाँ multiple select करूँगा तो शायद result zero हो जाएगा. That's why I have not. And then job functions also, कौन से side में आपको चाहिए? Management, project management, purchasing, something, right? And what is the title that you're looking for? Logistic operations में what do you want to be called here? Director of operations ढूंढ रहे हो, right? Field specialist, project manager, whatever. So, okay. And then show results, right? So now what will happen is ये अच्छा ये जो अभी मैंने select किया इसके हिसाब से now there are only actually 7 jobs which is related at my particular level because I had selected their mid senior level, right? First thing. Okay. Second thing what I'll do is ये जो आपका set alert है ना इसको मैं on कर दूंगा. So what will happen now is now ये alert button अभी on हो गया है, right? So what it means is next time whenever a job related with logistics at mid senior level hybrid in Hyderabad will come, it will send me a alert. And वो alert कैसे दिखेगा आपको? You'll go here jobs, right? Just go to the preference, right? Job alerts. Now if you see here आपको logistic operations, right? ये अपने आप से job alert हो गया. तो इससे पहले मैंने जैसे compliance manager add किया था, right? So job alert में if you go here, now it'll ask you alert frequency. Should I alert you on a daily basis? कि आज 3 आया तो मैं 3 बता दूं, और weekly basis. So depending on your requirement, you can say either मुझे daily बताओ भैया, मुझे तो job की requirement है तो मुझे daily बताओ. और ये पूछेगा भी मैं कैसे बताऊं आपको, ईमेल में भी बताऊं या सिर्फ LinkedIn में notify करूं या दोनों करूं. So you can choose, कि ओके समटाइम आई में ईमेल में नहीं देख पाऊंगा तो मेरे को इस यहाँ भी करो, और नो आई डोंट वांट गेट नोटिफाइड हियर, सेंड मी ओनली ईमेल, और नो ईमेल भर जाएगा मेरा, ओनली नोटिफाइड नोटिफिकेशन ऑन द लिंक्डइन, राइट? एंड देन सेव. सो इफ आई डू दिस नाउ व्हेनेवर such kind of a job will appear on LinkedIn, automatically मेरे पास आ जाएगा, मुझे बॉदर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? And only related job will come. So basically my task will become less, right? So I can focus more and focus better. Now the third thing that you can do is, let's say for example आपने किसी एक कोई कंपनी का ले लिया, right? For example just showing any company, right? हो सकता है city. Now go to their LinkedIn का इनका जो site का page है, right? Or their, right? Suppose this, okay? So when you go to their page, right? Suppose you're interested in this particular company. I'm talking about if you're interested in one particular company की, तो आपको Citibank में आपको पता है, you've got a lot of references, आपके दोस्त वहां पर हैं, right? And you want to, so first is follow this company. I mean whichever company you want to go to, आपके dream company को तो follow होना चाहिए, right? The day you think कि आज अब मुझे transition करना है, and these are few of my dream companies, start following from that particular day, because then you will keep getting their news item, their trends, their posts, what is happening in that particular company, new projects they've got, and jobs, right? तो आप एक कंपनी के वेबसाइट में जाके आप वहां से जॉब निकाल सकते हो. ये देखो यहाँ पर कितने दे रखे हैं. तो नाउ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट कॉम्प्लायंस, राइट? तो अभी these are the all jobs that City Bank has got, right? अब ये ऊपर वाला मेरे इसको फॉलो नहीं कर रहा है, ये जो मैंने अलर्ट किया था उसको फॉलो नहीं कर रहा है, राइट? बिकॉज आई हैव नॉट सर्च फ्रॉम देयर, राइट? बट आई हैव सर्च, आई हैव गॉन टू अ कंपनी and then searched a job. तो ऐसा आपको हर एक में मिलेगा. आपको Amazon में मिल सकता है, आपको Wells Fargo, Tech Mahindra, Adani, Reliance, you name a, because कितना, I think almost close to 60 million people, companies are there on LinkedIn, right? So सभी कंपनी के LinkedIn pages हैं, right? So if you do this, I think at least if you are prepared from your side, and the opportunity comes from the other side, and if preparation and opportunities meet, that you can call it as a success or you can call it as a luck, depending on what you believe more in. So that's it. I think this was a quick one that actually I wanted to show you. Let me unshare.
Another question would be इसी से related. What
Hmm.
have you, in your experience, realized some of the common mistakes that veterans do when they are searching for jobs on LinkedIn, to be precise?
Okay. So first thing is, I think हमने काफी do's बोल दिए, so don't will be easier to actually tell you. First thing is, don't keep your profile incomplete, right? मतलब सिर्फ नाम के लिए प्रोफाइल नहीं होना चाहिए, या तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए, राइट? होना ही नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज अगर वहां नहीं होगा तो आप अपने रिज्यूमे भी नहीं दोगे, और रिज्यूमे में नहीं दोगे तो कोई क्लिक करके आपको प्रोफाइल में भी नहीं जाएगा, राइट? इफ यू आर सो शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम, राइट, सो डोंट शो हाफ हार्टेड अप्रोच और हाफ फील्ड लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल, राइट? और करना है तो फिर उसको अच्छी तरीके से करना है, राइट? सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट वे, राइट? इनकम्प्लीट नहीं होना चाहिए. द सेकेंड थिंग इज जेनेरिक प्रोफाइल नहीं होना चाहिए. आई कवर्ड दिस इन द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, कि आपका प्रोफाइल भले आपने बहुत कुछ किया है, बट आपने, बिकॉज यू मेकिंग अ ट्रांजिशन and you have some particular reason for being on the LinkedIn, so try to move towards that, try to tilt towards that, try to align towards that, so that when somebody reads your profile, they know आप सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हो, आप आर लुकिंग फॉर अ कोलैबोरेट, लुकिंग फॉर योर बिजनेस एक्सपेंशन, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, या आपको जॉब चाहिए, और जॉब चाहिए तो किस पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर में और किस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री में, राइट? वो क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए, तभी लिंक्डइन में होने का फायदा है, राइट? अदरवाइज अगेन जैसे हम लोग रिज्यूमे में वही कहते हैं, राइट? इट नीड्स टू बी अलाइंड टू वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग, एंड इट नॉट बी अ जर्नलिस्ट की मेरा पढ़ लो फिर समझ लो कि मैं कहाँ फिट होता हूँ, राइट? नोबडी इज गोइंग टू डू दैट टास्क, एंड सेम अप्रोच एक्चुअली गोज फॉर द लिंक्डइन ऑल्सो. सो मैंने देखा कि काफी लोग कंप्लीट करते हैं, ऑप्टिमाइज करते हैं, बट दे हैव गॉट स्किल एंड कीवर्ड्स रिलेटेड विथ ऑल द डोमेन्स. मतलब ऑपरेशंस रिलेटेड भी सब कुछ है उसके अंदर, सप्लाई चेन रिलेटेड भी सब कुछ है, लाइक साइबर सिक्योरिटी भी है सब कुछ, ओके, फैसिलिटी मैनेजमेंट भी सब कुछ है. सो ऐसा लगता है कि वो ही हैज एक्चुअली पुट ऑल दोस, ठीक है, उसके he has got experience also, but the thing is it becomes very difficult for a recruiter or somebody who is actually looking at a profile to make out ki what is his actually end goal kya hai, what is he wants from me as an employer, kiske liye main consider karu, right? So we should lessen the burden from for the other person. And third thing that you should not do, or the common mistake is basically lack of engagement, right? Lack of engagement, because just having a profile actually is not enough, right? जब तक आप उसमें engage नहीं होते हो. So when I say engage, maybe if you are not comfortable sharing your own post, ठीक है, you can reshare somebody else's post, you can reshare somebody else's article, you can start commenting on somebody's post, commenting on somebody's article, give a new perspective. Okay, according to my experience, this is what actually I had observed. So that is a basically value add. एंड इससे फायदा ये होता है कि जैसे आप कमेंट लिखते हो तो जिसका पोस्ट होता है उसको नोटिफिकेशन जाता है कि सो एंड सो हैज एक्चुअली रिटन अ कमेंट, एंड पीपल लाइक टू सी क्या लिखा है इसने. And when they come and see, and if this happens for 2-3 times over a period of, let's say, 2-3 weeks, then it becomes easier to connect. In fact, a lot of my connection actually is has happened like this also, right? And the other thing is, engaging also means पुटिंग योर अचीवमेंट्स. आपने कोई सर्टिफिकेशन किया, आपने कोई कोर्स किया, बताओ दुनिया को. और अगर किसी और ने बोला कि मैंने किया तो उसको कांग्रेचुलेशन मैसेज दे दो, राइट? कांग्रेचुलेशन मैसेज दे दो. दैट आल्सो इज एंगेजमेंट. ओके, so basically start engaging with people, engaging with their content, right? And share about your own let's say achievements, courses, certification programs, whatever you do, right? Or your promotions, right? So that's how you actually you engage and be active. In fact, एक research बोलता है कि LinkedIn में there is only 1%, right? 1% of people who actually write something. That means they actually share their content or post on LinkedIn. So imagine करो अगर आप कुछ लिखना भी शुरू कर दोगे, so you'll reach on that top 1% of the members. 1 billion में 1% में पहुंच जाओगे अगर आप कुछ लिखना शुरू करोगे तो, right? So you can imagine what kind of visibility it will give you. Yeah, Vipul.
बिल्कुल सही है सर। मैं आपसे इसी से और अभी आई मीन आई हैव मोर क्वेश्चंस, आई एम सॉरी बट अभी ये मुझे बताएं कि आपने काफी अभी बोला कि वी शुड शो आवर स्किल्स, वी शुड शोकेस देम। अगर मैं सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड कुछ ढूंढ रहा हूँ तो, और सीपीपी है। इसके अलावा वुड यू, आई मीन इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली रिलेटेड टू लिंक्डइन, बट क्या लिंक्डइन पर भी ऐसे कोई रिसोर्सेज हैं जहां मैं अपना स्किल एनहांसमेंट कर सकता हूँ, कोई सर्टिफिकेशंस कर सकता हूँ? या इफ यू वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट सम अदर रिसोर्सेज फॉर डोमेन स्पेसिफिक, अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई अपनी डोमेन नॉलेज इंक्रीज करने के लिए कोई कोर्सेज कर सकते हैं।
That's a good question, Vipul. In fact, I just checked on today. We all know that LinkedIn Learning is their sub page, right? उसमें काफी courses हैं. In fact, I just checked today. There are 23,100 courses available. And इसमें से कुछ हैं जो कि फ्री वर्जन के साथ अवेलेबल हैं, बट प्रीमियम के साथ सब फ्री है. Right? And if you just type HR या human resource, you'll find at least 550 courses with just human resource only. हो सकता हो human resource foundation हो, people management हो, human resource performance management हो, human resource analytics हो, right? Leadership management, मतलब you name a thing. आप artificial intelligence लिखोगे, राइट? आप सप्लाई चेन लिखोगे, आप सिक्योरिटी लिखोगे, साइबर सिक्योरिटी लिखोगे, you write any topic and it'll show you all the courses that is available. And best part is it's in small chunks. मतलब हो सकता है वो सिर्फ 45 minutes हो, कोई हो सकता है वो 1 घंटा हो, कोई हो सकता है 2 घंटे, कोई हो सकता है 3 घंटे हो, right? So courses are available and small size courses, very very specific, very very pertinent. So I see a lot of people actually do that, right? लोग करते हैं उसमें. So first thing is that LinkedIn learning, right? Second thing is there are certifications also they give, right? And you can actually showcase that particular certification in your skills and in your license and certification area, right? तो आप उसको कोई क्लिक करेगा तो they will actually get that certificate number or that link, so that it shows कि okay this particular thing actually credible है. तो आपको काफी सर्टिफिकेशंस वहां भी मिल सकते हैं, वो चाहे वो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट से हो, चाहे वो स्क्रम में हो, चाहे लीन सिग्मा हो, whatever is available in the other domains is also available here. Very very simple language, to the point. The third resources that people can use is job interviews. Now again ये सब थोड़े से प्रीमियम ज्यादा अवेलेबल है. आई थिंक इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन का आप देखो तो 1 या 2 क्वेश्चंस आपको ऐसे अवेलेबल होगा सैंपल, बट बाकी जो है list of 30 to 40 important questions that could be asked in job interviews. So it's interview preparation करके उसमें एक अलग सा सब सेक्शन दिया हुआ है. So you'll find all these questions and the sample answers, and you can also practice. You can also record your video and give an answer, and it actually suggests to AI में it suggests okay what how can you improve upon that, right? So if you invest in this, ठीक है प्रीमियम है, but the thing is वो कहते हैं ना कि on investment in a knowledge pays you the best interest, right? बेंजामिन फ्रैंकलिन ने कहा था. So शायद इसीलिए it is only being kept for those serious people who want to invest in themselves and learn more about it. So ये थोड़ा सा प्रीमियम लेना पड़ेगा अगर आपको ये वाली चीज चाहिए. But yes, lot of opportunities, lot of repository, lot of resources to learn and upgrade at whatever stage you are. Foundation चाहिए आपको, मिड सेक्शन वाला चाहिए, या आपको एडवांस नॉलेज चाहिए, आपको सिमिलरली एक्सेल का फाउंडेशन चाहिए, मिड वाला चाहिए, एडवांस एक्सेल चाहिए, सब कुछ मिलेगा इसके अंदर. Everything and anything you'll get.
Okay.
Yeah, Vipul.
Sir, I know, I mean, you're slightly short on time. मेरा last question आज का है, sir. Would you be able to suggest some best practices which will help veterans stand out and enhance their visibility on LinkedIn so that they are picked up? थोड़ा चमक जाए जिससे.
ओके, तो चमकाने के लिए तो जैसे इट बी बेसिकली आई थिंक रैप अप ऑफ द टॉक दैट वी हैड. सबसे पहले आप अपना प्रोफाइल अपडेट कीजिए, उसके बाद उसको ऑप्टिमाइज कीजिए, राइट. एंड बी रेगुलर एंगेजमेंट रखिए. व्हेन आई से एंगेजमेंट, यू कैन लाइक, शेयर somebody else post, right? You can share your achievements, or somebody else share their achievement. You can always give a clap, congratulation message. That also goes to show that okay, you are active or you are engaging with somebody's post. उसको रखिए, अपना प्रोफाइल अपडेट करते रहिए, राइट. फोटोग्राफ, लॉट ऑफ पीपल फोटोग्राफ आई सी, ऐसा लगता है जैसे वो 15 साल पहले का फोटोग्राफ है, right? Because after I see their profile, when I review, I am sometimes in doubt कि the person who is actually speaking to me ये वही है जिसका फोटोग्राफ मैंने LinkedIn प्रोफाइल में देखा था. Right? So don't give that kind of a shock to someone, right? Because इंटरव्यू में भी वैसे ही होगा, मतलब जब आपको साक्षात कोई देखेगा और आपका प्रोफाइल देखेगा तो शॉक नहीं लगना चाहिए. So try to keep it updated, राइट. तो कीप रिव्यूइंग योर प्रोफाइल. हो सकता है आप किसी और के प्रोफाइल देख रहे हो ऑफ सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट, your batchmate or somebody else, right? So try to imbibe learning from here and there and try to put it, but don't copy and paste it, because profile, LinkedIn profile is your unique personality, right? When I read somebody's profile, that gives me a complete picture of the other person. Even if I have not met, right, I will know a lot of things about that particular person. तो अगर आप कॉपी पेस्ट करेंगे तो फिर डुप्लीकेशन हो जाएगा. Then your profile will be different and you will be different, right? And your resume is different. And when somebody interviews in your job, the answer that you get you give is different. So मतलब काफी complexity बढ़ सकता है. Whereas all these different resources are there to complement your personality. Whatever is not there in the resume will come up in LinkedIn. Whatever is not here in these two will actually come up in your interview. तो ये सब चीजें एक्चुअली आपका 360 डिग्री व्यू पॉइंट और 360 डिग्री पर्सनालिटी स्पेसिफाई करना चाहिए, देना चाहिए. सो इट शुड नॉट बी कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी और इट शुड नॉट बी अलाइन टू डिफरेंट थिंग. रिज्यूमे कुछ और कह रहा है, प्रोफाइल आपके एक तरफ जा रहा है, आप इंटरव्यू के लिए गए हो, वहां कुछ और कह रहे हो. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, राइट? सो दैट शुड बी द अप्रोच. And in fact, I'll say, visibility creates opportunities, right? If I talk about my own personal, right, abhi, in last 6 months, just because of LinkedIn, right, I never knew those people, and I think they connected me only through LinkedIn. I've got an opportunity for corporate training, right? I got opportunity for an interview on an online business entrepreneurship magazine, right? I got an opportunity where someone, from the Navy, actually Indian Navy, but now in US. So we did a talk like this for his YouTube channel, right? And I also was connected by a DI consulting firm, Vivita. I think some of you maybe would have been there again to give a talk or a workshop for the transition veteran. So what I'm saying is, if it's helping me in carrying out my task in my domain, right, it'll also help you to achieve your aim, your aspiration in your domain. Only thing, it needs to be done the right way, right? So that's what actually I'll say. Start utilizing it, and you'll start seeing the result. Yes, it'll take some time, but you'll start seeing the result if you use it optimally. Yeah, people.
Right, so thank you so much. I'm sure, I mean, at least for me, it's been a learning session. I made my notes. I've also made a promise to myself to work on my LinkedIn profile, because yes, we are building up our community and a lot of things I'm doing in my work also. So yes. So thank you for this wonderful talk, and I believe a lot of people will get benefited from this.
Thank you, Vipul. It's a proud privilege to be here back again on the Value Talk and interact with so many of you. It's always a learning, interaction for me as well. Thank you so much.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind.